Welcome to Lost Girl Therapy. This is an excellent question. So, an overactive heart chakra can impede on the ability for us to feel what our soul is trying to tell us. Heart chakras operate in a space of both love and fear. If we feel unsafe, if we feel judged, if we feel shamed, if we feel any version of the negative emotions, the fear of the heart chakra overpowers the ability to feel love. Now, in energy world, love is safety. It is grounding. It is calm. It is peaceful and tranquil and effortless. So in order for our heart chakra to feel that, we have to figure out what initially is causing the fear response. One of the things that I like to do is I do this as a visualization. I sit down, I close my eyes, I take like a few just calming deep breaths to kind of get into my body. When I go to my third eye, I visualize the room that my heart chakra is in. And the background to this is that I view each chakra as being in a room. So my crown chakra has its own room, my third eye, my throat, my heart, my solar plexus, my sacral. All of them have an individual circular room where I kind of picture the chakra like a crystal floating in the middle of it. And for me, my heart chakra is this like deep, beautiful hunter green. Now, what I do is when I'm sitting in meditation and I close my eyes and I open my third eye, I will say to myself, like, show me my heart chakra. And I will step foot into that room and I'll look around and I'll go, okay, do I feel safe here? Yes or no? Now, I have done this where I have felt wholly fearful and unsafe. And that's where I use the words like, show me what's in the shadows. This is really enlightening. Now, everyone's visualization is going to look different. The way that I have always pictured it is kind of like the lights turn on in the chakra. And you know those like old portraits that have the lights hanging above them that like shine down on it? That's what I see. So I'm in this room. It's all green. My heart chakra is like floating like a nice pretty crystal in the middle. And when I say, show me what's in the shadows, all of these lights turn on. And in the portraits, I see what I'm afraid of. Now, in the past, it's been like ex-partners, success, financial abundance, moving, finding a new home. And all of them for me are scenery. So I kind of see this as just like an image and I'm like, okay. What I then do is ask two things. Number one, what is it about these things that I'm afraid of? And I just listen for the internal voice that tells me, you know, like with abundance, you're afraid that you might not ever make enough money. Okay. The next thing that I ask is, show me what the healed version of this image looks like. And I don't say best case scenario because I don't like, I'm not a huge fan of positive affirmations in terms of like tricking the mind into believing something, especially when I've just made myself aware that I'm afraid. So what I do is like, just show me the healed version of this. And the healed version could be you next year. It could be you in 3 years, you in 5 years. It could be like the ultimate next version. When I am shown the healed version of it, more often than not, is simply me a few months down the line. And that feels a lot more manageable to grasp than me 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the line. In terms of me saying, well, that kind of sort of feels familiar. That kind of sort of feels safer. How do I get from point A to point B? I then come out of the meditation, and I know like this is a lot of steps, but this is just how I do it. I come out of the meditation and I do two columns. Column one is, what am I afraid of? So show me what the fear is. Column two is, show me what the healed version is. And I sit with that. And I do it for each and every fear that is illuminated in the heart chakra. And I look at these two things and I just say, okay, using my logical brain. We're not going to use intuition right now because we've already just fired up our awareness that we are afraid and we want to be healed and there's a lot happening. Using my logic, how do I get from a fear state to future me, and what steps do I need to take? Now, in my experience, creating those steps was actually the way to resolve the fear response of the heart chakra and encourage the soul to open up in terms of guiding me intuitively. Because guiding a soul intuitively, that does not happen like that. It can't. If a body doesn't feel safe, if a heart doesn't feel calm and grounded, the soul is just kind of like here, but we don't really want to listen to it. So using tangible steps of like, okay, I have a fear of not earning enough, right? And then the healed self says, I feel confident in my abilities to earn. Well, what do I need to do to feel more confident? Do I need to do financial education? Do I need to do something like, I don't know, the Secret app if I want to take the more manifestation route? Do I want to work with a therapist to talk about my financial insecurity? All of these things are options. Once those options are in place, whether or not you do them is up to you, but once those options are in place, you are going to then start to get the intuitive hits of like, okay, I have these 3 options. My soul is leaning towards this one. And that is how you calm the heart down enough to introduce the soul's guidance. It's not something that always goes smoothly. I have had to do these meditations daily and navigate different fears daily just to see like, okay, what am I dealing with? But that is how I have approached it in the past. If it does not work for you, leave me another comment and I will give you a whole bunch more tips.